Welcome back to the Change Dude podcast. I am your host, Saeed Rafay, and today we are diving into something that's not just buzzing in headlines, but reshaping how we think, work, create, and interact. It's a technology that's inspiring awe, stirring concern, and opening doors we didn't know even existed. That technology is Generative AI or GenAI. Now, if you are someone who has heard of terms like ChatGPT, DALL-E, or Midjourney, but you are not entirely sure what's going on behind the curtain, this episode is for you. If you are a creator, entrepreneur, a student, or simply a curious mind wondering what the future holds, buckle up. This isn't going to be just a technical deep dive, it's a story of how machines are learning to mimic us, assist us, and in some cases even challenge us. We will talk about what GenAI really is, how it works, where it came from, how it is being used, the risks it brings, and most importantly, what it means for you. So let's begin. Generative AI is a class of artificial intelligence models that are designed not just to analyze or classify data, but to create new data. That might sound simple at first, but it's revolutionary. Unlike traditional AI systems that might recognize faces in photos or recommend your next movie on Netflix, GenAI goes a step further. It can write poems, generate code, design logos, compose music, simulate voices, and even create lifelike images and videos. It's called generative because it generates new content. Imagine you give a GenAI system a prompt like, write a story about a girl who discovers she can talk to plants. Within seconds, it produces a coherent, creative narrative. Or, if you tell it, draw a futuristic city at sunset, it produces an image as if it were painted by a professional artist. It's almost like magic. But it's not magic. It's math, data, and a lot of clever engineering. The rise of GenAI has brought us tools like OpenAI's ChatGPT, which can chat, explain, brainstorm, and write. There is DALL-E, which generates images from text descriptions. There is Runway ML and Sora working on generating entire videos. There is GitHub Copilot, helping developers write code faster, and countless others. We are seeing the creative power of machines being unleashed, not just in labs, but in our daily lives. Let's peel back the curtain and explore how this all works. GenAI systems are powered by a specific class of machine learning models called deep learning models. And at the heart of today's GenAI revolution is a model architecture called the transformer. The transformer architecture was introduced in 2017 by a group of researchers at Google in a landmark paper titled "Attention is All You Need." It completely changed the AI landscape. Unlike older models that processed information sequentially, like reading one word at a time, transformers could look at an entire input all at once and understand the relationships between different parts of the data using something called self-attention. So what does that mean in plain English? Let's say you give a transformer a sentence. Instead of reading it word by word like we do, it reads the whole sentence simultaneously and tries to figure out which words are important to each other. For example, in a sentence, the cat sat on the mat because it was tired. The model figures out that it refers to the cat. This ability to understand context is what makes transformers so powerful for generating human-like text. Now, to train a GenAI model like GPT-4, it needs to learn from a massive data set. Think trillions of words from books, websites, Wikipedia, forums, code repositories, and more. The model looks at this data and learns patterns. What words commonly follow others? How sentences are structured? What makes a joke funny or a poem poetic? It's not memorizing the content, it's learning the structure and the style of language. Once trained, the model doesn't know facts in the way humans do. It doesn't understand language like we do. Instead, it predicts the most likely next word or image pixel based on what came before. That's it. But when scaled up with enough data, parameters, and compute power, this simple prediction becomes astonishingly powerful. Training these models is no small feat. It requires enormous computational resources. So companies like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Meta, and Anthropic spend millions of dollars training a single large model. It involves thousands of GPUs running for weeks or even months. The training process involves showing the model a piece of text and asking it to guess the next word. If it gets wrong, the system adjusts its internal parameters using a process called backpropagation, which slightly tweaks the model to make it more accurate next time. Do this billions and billions of times and the model gradually learns the nuances of language. The final model can have hundreds of billions of parameters, little numerical knobs it adjusts to make predictions. These parameters are what hold the model's knowledge, patterns, and capacity to generate. But the scale is only part of the story. Newer methods like reinforcement learning from human feedback or RLHF have also helped fine-tune GenAI models. This process involves showing model outputs to human reviewers and letting them rate which responses are better. The model then learns from this feedback to align its behavior with human preferences. The explosion of GenAI tools has touched nearly every industry. In marketing, tools like Jasper or Copy.ai help businesses generate ad copy, blog posts, and social media content. In customer service, chatbots powered by GenAI can handle inquiries, complaints, and even upsell products with remarkable fluency. In the creative industries, musicians are experimenting with AI to co-write lyrics or compose beats. Designers use image generation models for concept art and product mockups. In filmmaking, AI is starting to assist with storyboarding, script writing, and even video editing. In education, GenAI tutors can provide personalized help to students, answering questions, explaining concepts, or generating practice exercises. In software development, tools like GitHub Copilot or Amazon Code Whisperer can autocomplete complex code snippets or even write entire functions based on a description. Healthcare is also seeing early adoption. AI systems can generate clinical notes, suggest diagnosis, or summarize patient data. While these tools are still being tested, the potential for efficiency and accuracy is huge. So why is GenAI such a game changer? For starters, it massively boosts productivity. Tasks that used to take hours can now take minutes. A marketer can generate a week's worth of content ideas in one sitting. A student can get summaries of dense academic papers in seconds. It also democratizes creation. You don't need to be a skilled artist to create compelling visuals anymore. You don't need to be a seasoned coder to build simple apps. GenAI tools act like superpowers for creativity, lowering the barrier to entry. Moreover, it opens up new forms of human-computer interaction. Instead of clicking buttons or writing complex commands, we can now talk to machines in plain language. This shift from command line to conversation is profound. And perhaps more importantly, GenAI enables new forms of co-creation. Rather than replacing humans, these tools often amplify us. A writer can brainstorm with ChatGPT. A filmmaker can visualize scenes instantly. A teacher can generate custom lesson plans tailored to individual students. One major concern is hallucination, where the model generates confident but incorrect information. Because it's predicting the next word based on probability, it sometimes makes things up. This can be dangerous in areas like healthcare, law, or journalism. There is also the issue of bias. If the training data contains stereotypes, discrimination, or misinformation, the model can reproduce or even amplify these issues. Bias in GenAI can show up in language, imagery, or even code. Data privacy is another hot topic. Some models may inadvertently memorize and regurgitate sensitive data if it was in their training set. Ensuring that personal, proprietary, or copyrighted data isn't misused is a complex challenge. And of course, job displacement is a real concern. While GenAI can enhance human productivity, it may also automate roles in writing, design, customer service, and more. The key is in reframing roles, reskilling, and finding new areas where human touch remains irreplaceable. Lastly, misuse is always a threat. From deepfakes to AI-generated phishing emails, bad actors can exploit GenAI for harm. This is why regulation, transparency, and responsible development are essential. Despite the concerns, there is a powerful narrative unfolding. That's of partnership. GenAI doesn't have to be a replacement of human intelligence, it can be a collaborator. The best use cases aren't about AI doing everything, but about AI helping us to do better. Think of it like a musical duet. The AI might play the instruments while we write the lyrics, or we might give the melody and let the AI suggest harmonies. The point is, it's a co-creative process. The people who thrive in this new world will be those who learn how to work with GenAI. Prompt engineers, AI ethicists, hybrid creatives, these are roles that didn't exist 5 years ago, and we are just scratching the surface. So, what we have learned today. Generative AI is not just a passing trend. It's a fundamental shift in how technology interacts with creativity, language, and thought. It's powered by groundbreaking architectures like transformers and training on massive amounts of data. It can generate content, solve problems, and augment human abilities. We have seen how it works, how it is built, and how it is being used across industries. We have also discussed its limitations, the ethical questions it raises, and the importance of thoughtful use. Here's the truth. The genie is out of the bottle. GenAI is here and it's only going to grow more capable. The question isn't whether it will change the world, it already is. The question is, how will you respond to it? Will you resist it, or will you learn to dance with it? As always, I am here to help you navigate change, not with fear, but with curiosity and purpose. That's what the Change Dude podcast is all about. Thanks for listening, and if this episode sparked something for you, share it with a friend. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and stay human. I'll see you in the next episode.